in the car, in the race, has a bike on top of the vehicle. Where it's placed determines where you are in the kind of hierarchy of the team.
AG2 are really active there at the front of the peloton as well. They are here with the Nassen brothers, Stan de Wulf, and the French riders Pierre Cotera, Antoine Rogel, Marc Sarrault, their sprinter, and youngster, stagiaire actually, Jordan Labrosse. Very talented junior, by the way, Labrosse. Well, we have one more lap to go here. Our breakaway riders have been caught, and now it's absolutely full gas to the finish line as the town crier, or, well, he's not really calling out, is he? But it is the last,
I think
last
that's
lap.
the guy. I think that's the guy that rang the bell in the first edition as well. He was a boy then.
Oh, cryonically preserved. Yeah, yeah, lovely. Oh God, this is priceless, priceless. Doing the final countdown.
On the horns.
On horns, yeah. Well, our man who was in the breakaway here with 196, now all the way at the back of the peloton. Same goes for Martin Pedersen, of course, the brother of Mes Pedersen. A special moment for them came last month when they were racing the Tour of Denmark together, and Mes won a stage with his brother by his side. It meant a lot to both of them, is what Pedersen said in the post-race interview. The fastest schedule was around 10 to 4. I think we'll end up on that one. Maybe even a little bit faster than that, because the lap is around 20 minutes, is it?
Yeah, they're riding fast, and a little bit of anticipation here for Van Rysel, Roubaix here in the pink and the white. And we know that there's a bit of a race to get into that small road when it turned right. You can see the European champion Jacobsen is moved up a little bit, but it's in this section that they start to race for that right-hand turn. We saw a little bit of action before, but I think with so many top sprinters here, I do believe that, you know, more teams are happy to bring it down to a sprint. Of course, you've got your opportunist moves, and this is one, but you can get 50, 100 metres in front of a fast-moving bunch quite quickly. But is holding it, you know, to hold and do this kind of time trial effort, his just legs are burning, and you know, you've got this washing machine effect behind, and you know, he's brought back quite quickly. So I think that'll be his last effort of the day. But this is an important bit here, that make sure you get good position into this kind of right-hand turn, because if it starts to race and it kind of splits up, as we said in the lap previously, it's quite easy to kind of block the road. And there he goes on the right-hand side, from front to back in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, Kenny Molly, he was in the breakaway in Grand Prix de Wallonie on Wednesday, and this was his last effort of the day. About Fabio Jacobs, he's not going to defend his title next Sunday, or, well, Sunday in 1 week, 24th. The Dutch team has Elmar Reinders, Daan Holen, Mike Teunissen, Olaf Kooi, Marijn van den Berg, Niels Eekhoff, Sjoerd Baks, and good old Bauke Mollema. It's, despite the fact it is in the Netherlands, a race which is quite punchy. Normally it was 44 minutes above sea level, and now it's over 60. They made the Van Berg even higher than it was.
That's right, it's in the Netherlands this year. I was just looking at his Lido Trek, just came on here. I thought they were maybe trying to kind of set something up. As you know, that Stuyven is there, and looking at their team, they don't really have a kind of maybe a sprinter, top end sprinter. Of course, Stuyven is a very strong rider, but I'm talking about with the amount of talent we've got here, I think it's going to be very difficult. Yeah, that's why you have to push to the front.
Exactly. That is the most important reason. Two of the other Lidl Trek riders are here with Ebersold and Pedersen, and we have a crash there on the right side of the road. I think I did spot the mullet of Cyrus Monk there.
Well, that's nasty from the Soudal rider.
Yeah, this is Cyrus Monk. There's a lot of angry grunts here.
Jack
We had Davide Persico. Also, 201 is right arm. That is indeed his name. Do not make fun of it. Somebody throws a bottle on the side and maybe it bounces back on the road there. Because it seemed like it was bouncing back on the road there, Brian, that bottle. No,
yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Just a bit of a kind of bottleneck.
Yeah, they have 3 riders left now at the front with Tim Teutenberg, Jasper Stuyven and Daan Hole for Lidl Trek. Stuyven, of course, has done a really long solo before. Well, it was 16 kilometers, I think, in Kuurne, keeping the peloton at about 10-12 seconds. It was absolutely nail-biting stuff there by Jasper Stuyven quite early on in his career. But the weather is just too relaxed. There's not enough wind. There's no rain. And when it comes to the pure speed against the likes of Jacobsen and Groenewegen and Philipsen, it will be really hard for Jasper Stuyven.
Yeah, I thought they might have tried something with Stuyven here on this road because they pushed to get good position. But when they fanned up, you know, because your teammates can just kind of block the road a little bit and kind of help. But, you know, these are some of the riders that were kind of stuck when that crash happened, stuck just behind it, managed to get round it and not get in it.
That's Hamish Mackenzie there with the flapping bib numbers. They're usually stickers nowadays, are they? That you just stick onto your skin suit. No more pins and needles necessary.
Yeah, it's an essential in your kit bag when you go to all these races that you had pins.
Yep.
Safety pins.
Cedric Beulens is the rider for Lotto Destiny at the front, glancing over his shoulder to see where Caleb Ewan is. We also have Cofidis there at the front with Brian Coquard. Yep, he's nodding. Come over to our side here.
Yeah, that was Walscheid. I'll tell you that, Walscheid, as we know, a good sprinter, but it looks as if they're setting this up for Coquard, the smaller of the sprinters, and having Walscheid as a leader in this sort of course would be terrific.
Yeah, most definitely. He's going to swap teams. Max Walscheid is going to Jaco Alula next year. So he's going to leave Cofidis and move on to Australian team Jaco Alula. Yeah, we lost a few riders. Hopefully for them, those were the riders who were not going to contest the sprint. When you find yourself all the way at the back of the bunch at 11 kilometres to go, that is just not the best place to be.
Well, Phillips is at the back there, number 11. He's taking it easy down the back. It's wall to wall or curbside to curbside the whole way at the moment. So there's no real stress. If you're down the back, it's a bit more relaxed. He's just on the right hand side, behind the kind of Cofidis led. Doing the right thing and using the bike track here, but yeah, sometimes you have to, you know, keep the stress levels down, know the moments where you can move up, and there's no point kind of burning teammates at the front here. You can see Caleb Ewan right in the middle there being looked after by his team, so his team has gathered to the front to look after him. He's just having to kind of lean on a couple of riders to stay in his line of his train.
Yeah, this is really early to already do that. Oof, that curb there is not ideal. But yeah, already have your team at the front with 9 kilometres to go is slightly ambitious, in my opinion. But about Philipsen, we have seen, of course, in the Tour de France, they are the masters of timing sprints.
The thing is, I know it's a long way, but it's less stressful. Everybody knows in these kind of circuit races, it's better to kind of burn a few teammates at the front and keep close to the fronts. otherwise you sit down the back and take the risk, as some teams do. But just 8.7 is too far to go. It's when you turn onto the main road and start heading back in towards the finish, that's the way where you want to be kind of hitting the front. So, but you don't want to be caught up in this kind of melee behind. You risk crashing, which we've already had. But there seems to be a lot of nerves in the peloton. You can just see with the movement, people are moving up to on the left-hand side. Nobody can move up on the right-hand side. Still, Jasper Philipsen just kind of sitting back there, so just keeping his nose out the wind.
A little bit of shoulder barging there between Jacobsen and Tom Sexton, I think it was, of the Bolton Equities team. And now we also have Juno X getting to the front. They're here with Abrahamsen, Bendix and Blikrap, who is their fast man. Guttenstad, Let Levy and Leuland. Bottles flying everywhere. We haven't talked about Arkea Samsic yet. Of course, they have Nasser Bouhanni, but I think it's an understatement to say, Brian, that this has not been the year of Nasser Bouhanni.
No, but he's got a nice gold decoy helmet on, so it'll be easy to spot him. Normally, he does stealth black helmet, so
and now it's
yeah,
gold.
he's gone all bling today, possibly thinking that it might change his luck.
Chances.
He might get a good chance here.
They have another, they have some other fast riders on the team. Capiot, David Dekker, Mozzato, can also win bike races, as they've shown in the past. But yeah, it would be nice for Bouhanni to win. A late flyer there from Bingo Wallonie-Bruxelles. I would say this is Cyril Dessal. But we'll have to wait. We have seen before with the rider from Van Rijssel that, this was 10 meters at the front and then 25 meters behind the peloton in the span of 1 minute.
Yeah, that could be the case again. Just taking that opportunity. Possibly better just to kind of try and look after their sprinter, but they've got Malacelli. But if you don't believe Malacelli is maybe quick enough, then this is what teams will do. Just get that little bit of glory at the front. It doesn't last long, but some riders will do it.
X have Louis Bendix at the front. We spoke about pro KMS's. Something that's pretty popular this time of year in Belgium is also Derny racing. So you either have a KMS or a Derny race. And Louis Bendix did one a couple of days ago, where you race behind a Derny. That's it, and then hope to win a bike race.
Aren't the Dennys an advantage having an engine though?
They are the old-fashioned ones, yeah, not the electrical ones. Well, that was a short-lived attack there by Bingo Wallonie-Bruxelles. So we go back to our sprint trains. The three remaining riders of Lidl Trek nicely together. We haven't mentioned Movistar just yet. Of course, they had hoped to race here with Fernando Gaviria as one of the top sprinters in the world. But sadly, Gaviria is out with a broken collarbone. I think it's actually the second time this year that he broke the exact same collarbone. So it's the end of the season for the Colombian sprinter of Team Movistar. Johan Jacobs had a really good Grand Prix de Wallonie. He is the only Movistar rider moving to the front right now. And gradually, riders are trying to move up, taking the inside of the turn there. Hopefully everybody stays upright, but they're taking every risk there when we go through this town. The final 5 kilometers start right now. This is het Kampioenschap van Vlaanderen, Koolskamp Koers, edition 108. One of the oldest bike races. And we have almost a collision there with a seagull, who quickly decided to go the other way and not right inside the peloton, which is great. Remember, who was it, Bauke Mollema, having a seagull dump some shit on him earlier this year? No, we had a fight with the seagull, wasn't it, during the World Championships last year in Wollongong? That was it. But yeah, we're inside the final 5 kilometers. The race story is a pretty simple one. we had a breakaway of 4 riders with 2 riders from Belgium, Van Hoek and Verhofstadt, 1 from Switzerland, Fabio Christen, and 1 from France, Samuel Leroux. They never really got a big lead. It was 2 minutes at max as all the sprinter teams kept everything under tight control. And now we are preparing for a bunch sprint. In recent years, winners included Jacobsen, Philipsen and Groenewegen. All 3 of them are here. The podium last year was Jacobsen ahead of Ewan, Groenewegen. Mozzato was in 4th, and Timothy Dupont, who is not racing since he was supposed to race in Morocco, in 5th place. So that is what we can expect, a big old bunch sprint, and hopefully everybody stays upright, because bunch sprints are always a little bit scary to watch.
Yeah, especially when you got a lot of riders capable of winning this. It's not a case of we've got 1 or 2 riders that are favourites. We've got probably 5 or 6 that are favourites, and that's the difficulty you've got. You see Jaco Alula just been moving up in the left-hand side in the blue shorts. But yeah, it's going to be a fast finish. It said earlier, this is a little bit of a kind of cross tailwind in towards the finish, which makes it very, very fast.
Yeah, the TV director is showing us Yannick Steimler. He is a former winner of this race back in 2019 with a late attack, making it all the way to the finish line. That was quite courageous. But let me give you the stats of Groenewegen in recent years. 2017, he was 2nd. 2018, he won. 2019, he was 3rd. 2021, he was 2nd. And 2022, he was 3rd again. So on the podium for 5 of the 6 most recent editions of this race was Dylan Groenewegen. Here racing with Durbo, Mackenzie, Mesketch, O'Brien, Elmar Reinders and Campbell Stewart in that train of Jaco Alula. We also see some black there for DSM Firmenich, as the road is really, really narrow here in the little town of Aken, as we're making our way back to Koolskamp, which is the hub of this race. 165.1 kilometers in store today, as Quickstep have moved to the front there with Lampaert, Murke, Seneschal and Jacobsen. On the other side we have Cofidis. We also have Arkea Samsic with at least 4 riders there, and this is Dan Hole doing a really big turn at the front there, hopefully for Jasper Stuyven. This is how fast this... Oh, well, I just wondered how fast this was. Yeah, it's almost 60k an hour.
Yeah, this is... I said it was going to be a fast run, and, almost touching, 60 kilometres an hour running into towards this finish. It's a super fast finish here, and, yeah, it's going to get really dramatic.
Yeah, less than 2 kilometers to go. Adrien Petit has done his job there for Intermarché, but his sprinter, Gerben Thijssen, is way back. This is always a dangerous situation, of course, with lead-out man just trying to drop back while others are still at full speed. Here we have Israel Premier Tech. They have Giacomo Nizzolo as their sprinter. And now a turn from, it looks, Callan O'Brien there for Jaco Alula. On the other side, we have Ramon Sinkeldam together with Rickaard and Jasper Philipsen for Alpes in de Koning. And then that lovely yellow arch of the final kilometer is coming up really fast now. There it is. It's absolutely stunning. This is the final kilometer. Looks like we have a little bit of a problem there for Callan O'Brien. He is out, but that sprint train of Jaco Alula on the left side is still doing pretty well. On the right-hand side, we have the train of Quickstep. Through the middle, we have Rickaard together with Philipsen. On the wheel of Philipsen is Dylan Groenewegen. Also in the colours of Q36.5 is Moschetti. Kokar is there as well. Everybody is there. And this is the final lead out by Morkov, casually glancing across the shoulder to see if Jacobsen is still there. He is on the wheel of Jacobsen. We have Philipsen, and now it's Philipsen and Jacobsen sprinting against each other. Dylan Groenewegen also sprinting for the line. And it... Ooh, I can't say.
Photo finish there, but for me, I think taking a bit of a guess there, and an unfortunate incident there coming into the finish, but I really, nasty one. I really do think that Jacobsen, and the reason for that is, we'll see it again in the overheads, but it looks as if Jacobsen, the European champion, got that, but another podium finish for Dylan Groenewegen, close by Philipsen. But let's see what the end result is. But Philipsen was forced to go the kind of long way around there.
Well, it looks like everybody's congratulating Groenewegen here. But it would be nice to have a helicopter shot because there was a little bit of a turn there. But it looks like they also are waiting for confirmation. But I'm trying to listen to the announcer there. But the TV director, no, the TV director has his eyes set on Groenewegen. Caleb Ewan was not part of the sprint at all.
No, it was 3 across the road, wasn't it? It was Jacobsen, Philipsen and Groenewegen.
All 3 of them are former winners of this race, and it looks like we haven't decided yet, or the jury haven't. It's not up to me to decide. The jury hasn't decided. Is it Philipsen? Is it going to be Jacobsen? Is it going to be Groenewegen? I think everybody's still awaiting the outcome of the commissaires. He says, no idea. I don't know if I have it. Well, this tourist is waiting, is asking, did you win? And Philipsen said, geen idee, I don't know. Oh. Jasper Philipsen is announced as winner. And now we're going to watch the sprint again, Brian.
Yeah, watch this. He's got a teammate in front of him on the left-hand side. He looks, but he goes to the left, kind of blocks them over. But this time, Morka was kind of leading out Jacobsen. He's just kind of holding back to rush in. But when he goes the quickest way to the finishing line. Watch Philipsen. He goes the long way around to the left. Quickest way was where Jacobsen went. Dylan Groenewegen came up very, very quickly here. Did think that, it was in the shove. I think Jacobsen ends up in 3rd place there. But both Philipsen and Groenewegen come round a long way. Yeah. Jacobsen had the quickest way to the line, but I think he might end up 3rd in the throw there.
Yeah, with Kokar in 4th. Oof, that was very close between Groenewegen and Philipsen. But yeah, he is announced the winner. Yes, there is the confirmation. Jasper Philipsen wins again, just like he did in 2021. After a rather magnificent sprint here in Kampioenschap van Vlaanderen, Koolskamp. So we have Jasper Philipsen, Dylan Groenewegen, Fabio Jacobsen. That is our top 3, and that is of course a dream result.